Good morning. I'm about to load the kiln. Sorry, the lighting's kind of wild right now. I'm about to load my kiln for its very first bisque firing. I'm not going to be putting everything that I made in there because I don't want to ruin anything if anything goes wrong. I just want to make sure that the bisque firing goes well. So I have some test tiles and some little like teeth keychains that I'm gonna put in there. You might have seen them in my last video. I'm gonna make this also an exclusive video for the month. I really want to, you may or may not have seen my message when you guys are not on a tripod. It's fine. You may or may not have seen my message, but when I posted the last exclusive video, I basically was saying that I haven't really been prioritizing your all's exclusive videos. If anything, I've just been like barely getting my camera out. So when I do, I just make the video public, but I just really want to honor your tier benefits and all of that stuff and make sure that no matter what, I am posting a minimum of 2 exclusive videos for you all every single month, even if that means that I don't get to posting anything publicly, period. So thank you for your patience. I've had a lot of trouble. I don't know if you've seen my video. I think it's like, by this point, it was in August. And I basically was just talking about how it's been difficult for me to get my camera out and feel inspired to know what to share or whatever. And I feel like I really broke through that and just like been bringing you guys along for whatever, because that's the joy of it. So anywho, yeah, that's where we're at. So I'm going to grab my pieces. I'm gonna go ahead and set the camera up outside because carrying everything's gonna be kind of crazy. And then we'll load it together and go from there. My sister-in-law also was in labor all day yesterday and gave birth this morning. So I feel like my schedule is gonna kind of be a little up in the air just due to wanting to be there for them and stuff like that, whatever they need. I just realized my neighbor is mowing the lawn, and that's exactly what happened last time I did this. I think that's hilarious. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm just trying to do things as I go because yeah, my schedule's just gonna be kind of like up in the air for a little bit, probably the rest of this month, just trying to like help them settle or just kind of be on call if they need anything. So yeah, that's what I'm doing this morning, and then we're gonna go to the hospital and meet my niece, which I won't be bringing you along for, but still very, very exciting. So let's go load the kiln. All right, I think my camera lens is gonna fog up a little bit again. Hoping that's not the case, but it's looking like that's what's happening. The thing is, it's getting colder and it's cooling down a lot more. Not really, but it's still pretty humid. So with the humidity and going from like being cooler inside the house and taking longer to heat up, it causes my lens to fog up a little bit. So hi, it's the next day. My kiln is still cooling down. It was firing until like 2 a.m. and yeah, it's still cooling. It's at 134 degrees, which is a little bit hotter than it was last time I tried to unload it. So I'm definitely still gonna be wearing gloves for sure. Ooh, that got hot. I'm very interested to see how this one turns out. I'm really nervous to open it. I am not gonna lie. I did a preheat on this. Let me kind of back you up a little bit. I did a preheat on this one because I did not feel like the pieces were like dry enough. Let me see if I can set you up on this ledge. I feel like I can get you a better angle if I get you all the way up here. I really hope that's stable. Okay, let's try that. Okay, that's better. All right, so yeah, I'm really nervous. I did a preheat. I'm hoping that all the pieces were dry before firing, obviously, because I don't want them to break. And yeah, I'm just nervous. This is my first time. And like, that looks really hot. I'm assuming that's normal, but yeah, scary. Okay, let's do this. Okay, if I'm totally honest, everything kind of looks the same. And the clay didn't fire as black, although I think that's after the glaze firing. That's at cone 6, so I probably won't see. It's kind of like my speckled clay. Once you do the bisque firing, you can't actually tell that there's speckles still. It still looks like white clay. Then after the glaze firing, that's when the speckles come through. So I'm assuming that's how this black clay is. But yeah, I'm overall just like, ooh, yeah, that's toasty. That is toasty. Okay, should I take the whole tray out? This is hard, I don't know. Wow, it is hot. It is warm. I don't want to burn myself. These gloves are too big and clunky. It's really hard to figure out how to do this. Can I do one hand? Can I just kind of do this number? There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, that's definitely bisque fired. Sounds like porcelain. Okay. That's one tray. Or one shelf. Okay. And I also still need to go to Home Depot to get, see, like these gloves, just like, come on. Oh God. I mean, everything seems to have came out really well. I'm realizing I'm like stressing out over this for no reason because like, in all honesty, this is actually really simple to operate. And I think just because of like it being such a hot oven, basically, like rightfully so, it just like, it's a little anxiety inducing. But in all honesty, like this is very straightforward, very simple. Again, this is a scut kiln. And I feel like they're pretty straightforward. I feel like they're really easy to operate and user-friendly. I've never operated another kiln, and I know that there's like a lot of special stuff and like a lot of like manual ones that you can do. So I definitely think that I'm grateful that this is my first kiln because it is, again, like very beginner-friendly, very user-friendly, really not as hard as like I thought it was gonna be. But yeah, I'm going to gather everything up and bring it inside, and I will show you how everything turned out. It really doesn't look that different from before the bisque firing. So I think the glaze firing is going to be the big like shebang. So I'm probably going to glaze them with you, put them in the kiln, and then my public YouTube video, I will unload my first glaze firing. That's exciting. So I'm probably going to glaze them depending on how long it takes for them to cool down. I'm going to try and glaze. And of course, I still have a whole other bisque firing that I need to do with my other stuff. So these are going to be just like the test tiles and some keychains that I'm testing out. Then like everything else, I'll be putting in a bisque firing. I don't know when, but I really need to get my glazing done. I'll probably try and glaze these today, but I have a lot of hand building I need to do. So like, there's a lot that I'm going to be doing in the next couple of weeks. I'm probably going to do in the next 2 weeks. So what? The 12th is my market. That's next Friday. It is currently Wednesday. Oh gosh, I have a lot of work to do. I should probably hand build today. Either way, the rest of this video is going to be glazing these pieces, hand building more of what I want to make. I'm probably just gonna have a smaller selection at this first market, then I'll have more for the following markets. And of course I'll have a lot more by the time the shop is open, which I have my public drop is October 1st at 1 p.m. But you all, I'm dropping it in between my markets. So I'm dropping it on the first day of fall, which is September 22nd at 1 p.m. For you all. And my shop will be closed down and there will be a password and all of that stuff. It's going to be ceramics, some more bugs, which I don't think I'm going to be shipping my framed bugs anymore because I think it's a little sketchy to frame them and put them in the mail just because of how rough the mailing system is. I put like a bunch of fragile stickers everywhere, but like it's not guaranteed that it's going to make it to you in good condition. So I'm probably going to do a little bit more research. I'm going to reach out to some of the people that have already purchased framed butterflies and see how they arrived and if they arrived in good condition. If so, I might keep it open, but I'm most likely going to be just shipping my resin for right now, my resin bugs. So lots of things going on. I'm probably going to do some market prep for my public video and opening my first glaze firing for my public video, and you guys are just going to get the rest of the behind the scenes before then. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, let's go inside. Okay, so because I want to see how everything fires, I think my focus this week, like I can hand build because that takes a while to dry anyways, or like to get bone dry in the first place. So I definitely need to do some hand building between today and tomorrow. But I think with me wanting to know how things look glazed, and I want to get all my test tiles done so I can just kind of like have them as references, I think this should be my main priority, is like glazing all of these so that I can have like a template of what everything looks like, especially because since I need to hand build more, I really want to know how these like teeth, how this like black or like a charcoal black clay looks after the glaze firing. So yeah, I just need to figure out how I want to glaze all of these and just like get everything, all my ducks in a row to be able to know how I want to glaze all these. So I need my template because it's very difficult for me to like, I don't know, just assume it's going to turn out a certain way, if that makes sense. And I really need to test. There's a lot of ideas I have with this. It's called palladium, I think is how you pronounce it. But I was telling you guys the other day that it looks like silver, like literally like a silver jewelry when it's fired. And I don't know what that looks like or how it's going to turn out in my kiln because everything is just kind of like different, you know, from one kiln to the other. I mean, overall across the board, it's supposed to look somewhat the same, but I just need to figure out how many layers I need to do, which is what I'm going to do on the test tiles. I'm going to do like 1 layer, 2 layers, and 3 layers just so I know what each stage looks like. And there's just a lot that I need to do with these test tiles so that I have like a good, like I said, template. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to be focusing on, is hand building a ton and getting these glazed and fired again. And then I'll bisque fire everything that I've hand built probably next week when everything is bone dry. Good morning. I have unloaded the glaze firing and I have all of my test tiles here that I'm going to be hanging up under here. And I got a new work surface. It's gonna be a lot bigger, which is nice. I'm gonna turn the camera over here so I can like show you all the test pieces. I'm going to hang everything up and then I'm going to get to hand building. I'm super behind. I slept in today and I'm just like running very much behind, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to make, what I need to make, what is the priority to make for this upcoming market. I'm also just trying to pace myself. I want to have fun during the process and not just like constantly rush. But yeah, let me show you the test tiles. Okay, so I'm not like super sure how much you'll be able to see because the lighting is like, maybe I wonder if I can use my flashlight. Yes, I can. Okay. So this is just the simple satin matte, like clear glaze that I've used on a lot of my stuff. I have a glossy one that's coming in as well. This is the matte, matte satin black one. And as you can see, this is like 1 layer, 2 layers, and then the 3rd layer. Same thing with this moss. And then this is the palladium. It looks like a gunmetal. I don't know how you can how to really show it. And then all of these here are just the underglazes, and then I put just a simple layer of the clear gloss over them, which I probably should have put more than just 1 layer, but there's some texture on them. But regardless, yeah, this is my little collection. So I'm gonna hang them up so that I know what everything looks like. This is all fired at a cone 6. And then I'm gonna get to hand building. I'm kind of rushing because like I said, I'm like super behind. So let's hang all these up and get to hand building.